Okay, Marlon Schmidt, MLA for Edmonton Gold Bar here with another email that I like to read out and react to. Dear Marlon Schmidt, MLA, I received a letter from the Utilities Consumer Advocate. The letter claims that my service billing is on the rate of last resort. It also claims that the rate of last resort is a default electricity rate from your local utility provider, previously called the regulated rate option. The rate of last resort sounds as if I'm standing by a crevasse about to fall into a disaster. It continues, the default rate may not be the most affordable option available. If the letter is coming from the Affordability and Utilities Alberta and from the Office of the Utilities Consumer Advocate, who claim to have concerns for my cost, why not simply lower the cost? Why is it that I would need to shop around to find the best deal? I earn enough to take care of myself. The government's hand should be there to help me from added distractions. If they want a fair deal for me, why not offer me a fair deal? The Utilities Consumer Advocate ought to be titled Utilities Retailers Advocate, because that's what it is. I need you to push back on this absurd branding exercise and this twisted logic masquerading as consumer protection. If they're going to call themselves advocates for consumers, maybe they should try acting like it. I am not impressed. Sincerely, an unimpressed Albertan. Well, unimpressed, I have to admit that this really resonated with me. I am really frustrated with the way this government is mismanaging the electricity file. When they were elected on a campaign promise of lowering electricity costs, and they haven't done that. And you are right that they are pushing these retail contracts that are very difficult to choose from. They're incredibly complex to understand, and you really have no way of knowing if you're getting the best deal. And the frustrating thing is that electricity is the same, no matter who you buy it from. So why not just have one provider providing the lowest rate possible? It seems pretty simple to me, but this government is committed to making sure that you can't understand what it is you're buying. The take-home message, though, that I want, not only am I going to push back on how complicated, unnecessarily complicated this is, electricity is expensive because the government refuses to allow renewable energy to be built in this province. As soon as they were elected, they implemented a moratorium on wind and solar energy. They've made it so complicated that to build those projects now that essentially the investment has dried up and moved on to other jurisdictions. So no more wind and solar is being built, and that's what's keeping electricity prices high. Wind and solar are by far the cheapest options. If we had more of it, your power bills would be lower. So we will continue to advocate for lower power bills and more renewable electricity because that's what's best for Alberta consumers. And that's one simple way that Alberta's NDP is pushing to make your life more affordable. So thank you, Unimpressed, for writing me this email. We're working hard to make sure that your electricity bills become more affordable in the future.